Ryan James, captain of Gold Coast, waits. A new era for the Titans is underway. They start their campaign against Canberra, and it's Rapana carrying the green machine forward. As I mentioned, 3 tries for Jordan, and they came here round 6 last year and beat the Titans, thumped the Titans, 42-16 on the back of big performances from their back 5. Rapana leading the way. This is Tarpany enjoying a starting role, something he hasn't been used to during his career so far, starting only 11 of his 67 career games before today. Sia Soliola sent out there to start by Ricky Stewart. Just hesitant, the Canberra coach, to start with 2 big men. As a result, Junior Paulo, the Meninga medalist in 2017 at Canberra, comes off the bench. The completion down to Michael Gordon, just one of the new faces on the Gold Coast. 34 years of age, 225 games in the bank for Michael Gordon. What an addition at the back for the Titans. Nathan Peets finds Bryce Cartwright. He's stopped by the Raiders, 8-9 short of halfway. Peets again, back from a shoulder reconstruction, finds his captain Ryan James, who will have more of a life on the left edge this season than he's had in recent years, according to the coach. And here's Jai Arrow, nominated by Garth Brennan as the standout pre-season. His professionalism, his work ethic, and his first season at the Titans, something to behold. The Titans put it low, short to Jordan Rapana, who has a big fend on Nathan Peets to start him off. And now Whiten. Well, I don't know whether the Titans' plan will involve kicking to Jordan Rapana like they did just then, especially if that's the response.
Yeah, it's quite a dangerous tactic early in the game, certainly, but both teams trying to settle into some getting through their sets, and they're doing it quite nicely at the moment.
This man, Shannon Boyd, along with Junior Paulo, speaking about being more aggressive this season. Havili out of dummy half. Took plenty of metres before being tackled by Latu. It was a crash tackle finish in the end. Williams chips towards the corner. Gordon climbs. Still there for the Raiders. Tarpany picks it up. And the tackle count restarts. Canberra with a fresh set now. And Soliola will settle them early in the new counts. Tackled by Cartwright along with Peets. Great opportunity for Havili! Welcome to the Canberra Raiders. Saliva Havili goes over, and the Green Machine have their first points.
Yeah, they certainly do. And he just found open space there in the ruck area, which quite surprising, really. Here's the knock on there from Gordon. The Raiders get the ball back, and straight away they've got a repeat set, which is always hard to defend. Just a bit wide there, Ryan James at a defender, and Havili smart enough to spot the space, and he just dived over. Quite simple really there for the Raiders, but very effective.
Like a second coming for Saliva Havili. He spent all of last season playing in the Intrust Super Premiership with Illawarra.
Yeah, he's been a while out of the game, and look at Ryan James, as Kevy said, was just a little bit wide there, and he stepped off the line and opened up a little bit of space there, and Nathan Peets couldn't get back into the tackle, so a fairly easy try there in the end.
Came through the Warriors under-20 setup, 2 years of NRL in New Zealand, but only 14 games before he came to the Dragons, played 10 games of NRL 2016, and as we mentioned, it's been more than 12 months since he's tasted top-flight rugby league, and what a start.
Yeah, nice way to get your Raiders career off, isn't it? A try in the opening minutes of the game, really. He'll get a lot of confidence out of that, and so will the Raiders themselves. It's important to get away to good starts in the early season matches, and the Raiders have certainly ticked that box.
Jared Croker stroking them above 80% in his career, entering its 10th season this season, and he starts right on target. Justin Hodges, a big question over the Raiders this season. How will they handle the absence of Josh Hodgson? Well, Saliva Havili says, have no fear.
Wow, how about that? That was nice, easy. I think, the first time the Canberra Raiders got up inside the 20s of the Titans, nice little easy try there. Won't get an easier try, but Just to touch on the weather, boys, it was probably pelting down the last couple of hours, and the sun has opened up. It's actually nice, beautiful conditions down here on the sideline.
Yeah, well, don't get too comfortable. Keep that umbrella handy.
I got it, Kev. You relax up there, mate.
Come on, let's go.
Will do.
Stay here, Kev.
Nice and dry up here, Neil, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
And not nearly as stressful as a box just a few doors down from us. Again, the kick goes straight to Rapana. And here's Shannon Boyd. All the way from Cowra to the Canberra Raiders. And while we mentioned Shannon's junior club, we should mention the Titans are honouring all their junior clubs by wearing their junior club socks. This is Tarpany. I wonder what we'll see from 23-year-old Joe Tarpany with just a slight shift in his role in 2018. Likewise, Elliot Whitehead, who picked up Ricky's Coaches Award last season. With the lock forward position or middle of the field a bit more. Anthony Don collects the kick. Confronts a wall of lime green. And speaking of postseason awards, remarkable to think that as a winger, Anthony Don last season finished with a Paul Broughton medal.
Yes, it's a rarity that the wingers get it, but look, he had a fantastic season. Great clubman and very consistent. The top try scorer for the club, and thoroughly deserved it.
Yeah, wingers are such an important part, of the modern game in every facet, defensively and also with the ball. So no surprises there.
Here's Ryan James given some latitude, given some room. Quickly into Gallop, pulled down from behind by Williams, and they come back the other way through Taylor. Now Cartwright. Proctor gets his arm free, drops the ball on the ground, and there's a tackle from Austin on Cartwright. The flick offload behind the back, hands opportunity to the Raiders. Well, there's a play that I'm sure will have a shake in Garth Brennan's mind, or a shake from his head.
Well, you'd think so. A little flick pass it was from Cartwright. Looking quite dangerous there, the Titans, and now they've got a defender set of 6.
Papali enters Gold Coast territory. Harvili eventually over the pass. Joseph Leilua heads towards the eastern sideline, goes to ground just in time, tackled by Copley. Philip Sammy out on the left wing for the Titans. Tarpany again. Standing and trying to get a faster play the ball. This is the last play for Canberra. Through Williams, feigns to kick instead. He passes. Austin, some numbers here for the Raiders as Whiten heads towards a hole. Jack Whiten! They can't stop him. The boy from Orange goes over in a corner. Back-to-back tries for Canberra to start 2018.
Yeah. Great work there again from the Raiders, shifting the ball on last tackle option. Williams had his hand up in the air saying, let's get this in the air. And then they decided to run the ball. Whiten, such a strong ball carrier. There was plenty of Titans defence there, but he just got underneath them and scored the try.
You see Latu come out of the line there and open up space for the pass, and they didn't recover.
Just there, you thought they were going to get underneath him, but the power of Whiten, very strong in contact, and he bulldozed his way over in the end, really. What do you think, Neil?
Yeah, I think Leilani Latu didn't need to come up and in like he did. He opened up the space on the outside and they were backing off, so they did need to shut it down. As you said, they had an opportunity to get underneath the ball. They didn't get there. Jack Whiten, very strong carrier, as we know. He gets close to that try line. More often than not, he gets over it.
Scored 2 tries in round 1 last season. Finished with 7 tries for the year. His best tally came in 2016, 8. But he's out of the blocks early, nominated by Canberra legend Alan Tongue as the man to watch. He believes that Jack Whiten set for a really big season.
We're looking at a couple of his early touches here this afternoon. Alan Tongue knows what he's talking about.
Doing some great work off the field now, Alan Tongue. Didn't he do some good stuff on it for the Green Machine for a long period of time? Here's Jared Croker, other side of the field to his first conversion attempt, which was successful. It's online as well. 2 beautiful strikes for Justin Hodges. Jack Whiten Not so young anymore, but still raw, athletic, hard to stop.
Yeah, look, obviously one of the greatest fullbacks we've got in this competition. You just saw there, one-on-one with Ash Taylor. He's just too strong, too fast, and you don't want to give him too much room there. You saw the Titans defence lacking there, and obviously line speed, and if you give him an inch, he's going to take it. And wonderful play there by Jack, and obviously the Canberra Raiders have come here to play today.
Well, the Titans actually have a winning record against Canberra. One of only 4 clubs that the Titans have a winning record against, but in recent times it has swung back to the green machine. They've won 4 of their last 6 against Gold Coast. As mentioned, big winners here early last season. Speaking of big, Shannon Boyd starts the set again. And now the Englishman, Elliot Whitehead. Had a host of players involved in the World Cup, Canberra. 7 in total. Whitehead one of them, and a penalty here for them. But the World Cup did present hurdles for Ricky Stewart and the Raiders, that world-famous fat club. Samoa sending players back. Joey Leilua, president of that fat club I speak of. Junior Paulo, Josh Papali, the secretary and treasurer. But one thing that Ricky has mentioned is how well they've worked to get back in trim and what good shape they're in to start this season.
Yeah, I'm taking particular notice of Josh Papali. He looks in pretty good nick, I'd have to say. So obviously the Raiders coaching staff and particularly their physical performance staff have done a really good job with Josh.
So just over 10 minutes gone, and it's a 12-0 lead that might grow here. Williams went through. Elliot Whitehead under the crossbar. It's a green wave on the Gold Coast. Forget the blue ones rolling in at Snapper Rocks. It's all green at Seabus Super Stadium.
I think it was Sam Williams on that occasion. He took the Titans defence on through the middle, and he found some more space there. And Whitehead, underestimated player in my mind, and he's moved to the middle now. Look at that support play from him. Nice work from Williams. He's a quality player, back from the UK in Super League, and over goes Whitehead. He's pretty happy about it too, the Englishman, and rightly so.
5 tries for Elliot Whitehead last season. He gets 1 in round 1, but Sam Williams, Neil, in his 3rd stint at Canberra, his 6th season he starts, he looks like he wants to make that number 7 a permanent role for years to come.
Yeah, I think he does. Look, he's a very steady player. As you said, he's been away and come back again, and I've always liked him as a player. He's got a great kicking game. He can get the players around the park, and it's great to see him take the line on there. A bit loose in the middle there, the Titans. I mean, they'd be very disappointed at that. Nathan Peets turned in, and Latu got beaten on the inside. You just can't show space around the ruck there, so... And they've paid heavily for it straight through, so they'll need to tighten up.
Yeah, well, that's the second try, isn't it, through their ruck, basically. So they do need to tighten up that defensive part of their game. But it's been all the Raiders with possession as well in this game.
If we go back to the previous sets, and Vice Cartwright, the ball went loose. They didn't get to their kick.
Yep.
And they marched down, and they've got a repeat set again via points. So they do need to get the possession their way and finish their sets off.
18-0. Justin Hodges, Kevy mentioned it, 73% of the ball with Canberra. Hard to keep them out when it's that lopsided.
Yeah, look, exactly right. That's just a lovely little play there by Sam Williams. Reminds me of a young Kevy Walters just coming through the middle there. Obviously, the Titans are forwards are getting a little bit lazy around the ruck and just cuts them straight through the middle. And at the moment, the Titans don't know where to go.
You can remember a young Kevy Walters, can you, Hodjo? That was a while ago.
Number 14, mate. That's what he used to wear.
Oh, you like that one, Justin, did you?
On you, Kev.
Yeah, but they've got to get back in the game here, the Titans, with their defence. They've got to adjust a few issues there, get that right before they can even start a bit. Think about scoring some points.
Earlier today, Penrith gave Parramatta a fair start, but ran them down. Can the Gold Coast show us they're capable of something similar? 18-0. Here's Havili. He started it all. The first try of the game, and now Papali crashes through. Outside it's Croker who puts it down. The captain with the blunder. He almost overran Josh Papali in the end. Looked like an attempted handoff rather than a pass. Almost too much time and too much room.
It's a bit of a double pump, I think. He should have given it straight away, but again, through the line, Papali.
effort beats the guy there, but I think he should have given it first time, although the Don was there. The Don was there in support there. Possibly would have picked up Croker, but nice play again from the Raiders. Josh Rapali, we mentioned. Dynamic player in many ways.
Well, don't count Jared Croker out from scoring a try yet. He's got a fantastic record against the Titans. 13 tries in 16 appearances against them, including a run of 6 consecutive games before last year where he didn't score, but his team won well. Here's Cartwright. He'll be disappointed with that defensive miss. Pete's across the face of Latu, onto the chest of Taylor through LG. Here's Gordon. The Titans with some rare ball as Cockney. He's cut down by Leilua. Gordon gives it to Jairo. He takes tackle 4. They're 15 out. Is there an answering try from the Titans? Latu gives it close to the line. Now Taylor and Proctor. Can he hold on to the ball? He's got it back and crashed over. Kevin Proctor has the try approved. They needed that desperately, the home team.
Well, they certainly did. And there was a nice fight back from the Titans. They looked quite sharp when they do have the ball. I've got to say, Ash Taylor, with his speed, confused the Raiders' defence. And then Kev Proctor, well, he's a fine back rower, as we know. Had some troubles last year, but looks to be in good touch early. Good, hard, straight running, and he finds the try line. Nice fight back from the Titans.
The first time the Titans have scored inside the first 20 minutes since round 20 last year. We know they lost their last 7 games to finish 2017, but trailing 18-0, that is oh so important.
Yeah, they needed that. That was sharp there, and Josh Papali just tracked in on there and left a bit of space there for Ash Taylor to square up. He juggled the ball, but you're right, Kevin Proctor runs a nice line. He's strong, and Jared Croker couldn't get there quick enough, and he got the ball to the ground.
Well, they needed to be next to score, the Titans, didn't they?
Yep.
18-0 is gettable, but if they let in another try, it's just going to make it a little bit harder, but they have shown a bit of character there, the Titans, and come up with a nice play, and more importantly, some points.
You come back to that wayward pass drop ball from Papali and Croker. It could have been 24-0, but from that possession, the Titans get it back to possibly a 12-point margin. If Michael Gordon, who hits them at 81%, can live up to that strike rate.
We've got some pretty good goal kickers on show today, haven't we? Both above 80%. Important part of the game is converting those 4 points into 6.
His first conversion attempt as a Gold Coast Titan, having travelled from Penrith to Cronulla to Parramatta to the Sydney Roosters, and now back near home, near the Tweed. Gordon sends it through. 18-6, Justin Hodges.
Yeah, look, great signs there, obviously, by the Titans. There's some great push-up there, some nice little lead-up work to it. And I'm just watching Ash Taylor. He's getting a bit of Danker rub on his hemi, so I think his hemi might be a little bit tight, so hopefully he pulls through okay.
What a triumph for Kevin Proctor, who had a terrible injury pre-season when he collided with Brenko Lee and suffered what they called a fractured throat. As he drank, he heard a crackling sound. He was spitting blood. It swelled and he couldn't breathe. He went to intensive care. He wondered whether he could play rugby league again. His voice is still affected and he'll have surgery in retirement when he finishes his career to correct the raspy voice. The only positive, according to Kev, is that his wife loves the raspy voice. Here's someone in full voice on the move, Conrad Hurrell. And he's left Jared Croker in his wake. Problems for the Canberra captain. What a sight.
Yeah, that's not pretty coming at you. Like, nice and hard to handle, but good strong run there from Hurrell, trying to lift his team from the kickoff. Off the back fence he came, and Croker was going nowhere either. He got his body in front. Doesn't look too good there. Croker is coming off now. Might spend some time in the head bin. Looks to be okay there now. Just a little bit rattled from that impact.
Tough under the HIA rule, but Conrad Hurrell Just the 16 games for Conrad last season. Struggled for a bit of consistency. I wonder whether we might see his best this season if he can stay on the field week from week.
Yeah, he had a few issues with injured a knee in pre-season, but I think he had a very good World Cup campaign, and that's his best work in yardage, strong carries.
Really good for Tonga. His team was really good during the World Cup. There's Peets. Sibs it through LG onto Cartwright. He played the 14 games last season, Bryce Cartwright. As Taylor goes flat to Proctor, this time the knock comes in the back from Blake Austin. The ball is lost and Canberra come away with it. Proctor punched the ground in frustration. And Canberra will look to settle here. Bit of momentum going back to the home team. A try. That charge from Conrad Hurrell. But a drop ball just takes a bit of sting out of it. Sia Soliola now.
Good run.
Here's Havili. Passing flat and close for Shannon Boyd. Another good run. The forwards really putting Canberra on the front foot. Sam Williams, catch and pass for Topini. Still going with an offload. Joey Leilua on the charge. And he charges all the way to the in goal. It was Joe Topini, the man.
Sheds tackled 5. We have a try. Can you confirm he maintains possession on the grounding, please?
The defence just eased up on Tarpany. He was allowed to walk and clear defenders, then offload, but Joey Leilua has dropped the ball as he's gone to grounds.
There's a hand there from Michael Gordon that does the
You can
damage.
see BJ Leilua loses the ball and knocks the ball on. We have a decision.
Thank you, mate.
Well, surely that's a rake, though. He's pushed the ball out.
It's in the end goal.
You can strip to stop a try in the act of denying a try.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but then shouldn't the Raiders get possession again, or does it go back to the Titans?
Well, it would be Canberra ball if that's what they have ruled.
They've ruled he's lost it. That's not forward. Lost
Knock on.
So they've
Down
ruled
to
it.
20.
Poor carry,
Zero coming
insufficient grounding, nothing to do with the defence being there.
Maybe they didn't see that hand on the ball. Did you see it there?
What hand?
Well, that's a bit of luck going the Titans' way, and now they're getting a penalty as well. You make your own luck, as they say. It's a good hard run there, trying to get them out of trouble. Another opportunity here now for the Titans to look quite sharp with the ball in these early stages. Just haven't had enough of it.
We've had 24 points scored. We're still in the first 20 minutes of the opening half. As Peets from dummy half finds Ash Taylor. Now Cartwright on this right-hand edge. Gold Coast only winning 4 of their 12 home games last season. This is Arrow. Inside the 10. Options on both sides, and they come to the right where Taylor is camped onto Proctor. Defence up and wrapping Kevin up quickly. Hurrell goes down the short side, down low, trying to shake free. Conrad Hurrell held up by Sia Soliola.
Tackle 5.
Great bit of defence there from Soliola. Put his body on the line. Hurrell's so dangerous, close to the line. I don't know how they managed to get underneath him. Terrific work there from the Raiders defence.
Square, Blake. Look there, Conrad.
Played a lot of rugby league with St Helens in England, Sia Soliola, but still raising 150 NRL games. That was round 26 last season. Taylor along the ground, positioned perfectly. Rapana has it. He'll be stopped 2 or 3 metres out.
It's a good bit of wing play there, wasn't it, from Rapana?
Here's the other winger, Kevy, the reigning Rookie of the Year, Nick Kotrick. Haven't seen a lot of him so far in this game. Kotrick, the League's Rookie of the Year, and Morgan Boyle, the Gold Coast Rookie of the Year. Yet to see Morgan as Papali puts it down. It's junior Paulo dropping it. Ricky starting junior off the bench. The Mal Meninga medalist for the Raiders, and an early blooper.
They're pretty eager there, the Titans defence as well. I've noticed Jai Arrow in there with some good contact on a couple of the Raiders' big men. Not afraid to put his body in there and give it a whack. He was coming off the back fence as well there, wasn't he, Paulo?
So more opportunity for Gold Coast.
Head in, Jack.
Their victims here last season: Newcastle, Cronulla, Parramatta, St George Illawarra. Cartwright, distributor, and finds Taylor Hurrell, changing the direction. Forced to ground by 3 Raiders. Taylor with a long ball. Alani Latu had an option outside but held the ball. It was Jai Arrow screaming through. Now Pete's flat for Cartwright. Tried the hit and spin. Paulo was having none of it, and assisted by his Samoan World Cup teammate Papali. Kane Elgee flats, but the defence read it well. There's a penalty to the Gold Coast. Offside Canberra.
They're mounting some good pressure here, the Titans. Coming nice and direct with their play. They're running hard. Obviously got to tap and go here and keep the ball rolling, which they do.
And Arrow starts it off. They were asleep for the first 10 minutes, but they're wide awake now, the Titans, on a comeback mission. Peets didn't have an option on the left, comes back to Latu. It's all a bit flat-footed for the time being. They come the same way. Taylor, a cutout ball for Proctor, good tackle. It was Blake Austin around the ankles, one-on-one. Now Cartwright. Ash Taylor onto Arrow, tries the fend. There's the offload onto the boot of Leilua. Work here to do for Jack White, and he gets back into the field of play from deep in his own end goal. The Titans couldn't keep him there.
Great work by White in there. They're under pressure, the Raiders, but they've held firm.
There's a try scorer at one end, White, and he gets him out of danger at the other as Jared Croker tries to shake the effects of that careering Conrad Hurrell knock. Rapana. 8 short of halfway. Final play. Havili drives it low and long down for Michael Gordon. Swamped, stopped abruptly. He's a Tweed Coast Raiders junior, and they are the socks he is sporting. We didn't know whether he'd continue in the NRL late into his final season with the Roosters, but Gold Coast gave him the option. Now Peets to Cartwright. Two plays left, and they explore down the short side. Ryan James to play it. Elgee, a long ball now, Taylor. It opens up as Gordon chimes in. Hurrell catch and pass, but it went to ground. It went forward. Was it off Nick Kotrick? Whatever way, they've denied the Titans.
Yeah, again, they're shifting the ball to this right side. Proctor, the go-to man. Gordon here with the pass. I think this has just gone forward out of Hurrell's hands. Yeah, he was jammed in defence there by Kotrick. He had no choice, Kotrick, but to come in and put pressure on. He did that. Forced the error there from the Titans.
Morgan Boyle on in jumper 17 for the Titans.
Go, one. Let go now, come on.
Let's go.
Hayden Caesar on for the Raiders as well. According to Ricky Stewart, he received that news very well. Happy to do what's best for the team. To come on as the Interchange hooker and Kotrick with an error. In fact, he's attracted the penalty. Hand on the ball, according to referee Henry Perinara. Watch it again.
Oh well. Always draws plenty of attention, and being so young, Kotrick is such a good ball carrier.
Still 19 years of age, Kevy.
Yeah.
The second-year syndrome doesn't exist anymore, does it? Surely he can build on his 16 tries. He played every minute of every game last season, Nick Kotrick. 16 tries, NRL Rookie of the Year, including 3 doubles along the way. Will they head his direction in this set? It's through Caesar, Whiten, Tarpany. Just back at a slight angle, nice and direct, inside the 10. Now Caesar for Paulo. Paulo! Really moving, rolling down the field, and his reach gets Canberra another try.
Try, mate. Just confirm that's a grounding there, please, bud.
Their 4th try depending only on this put down, which is good.
Junior Paulo maintains possession of the ball and grounds of new goal. We have a decision.
He scored the princely sum of 1 try last season. He gets one in round 1 of a new season.
Well, he had to earn it too, didn't he? Just steamrolling his way through the middle there of the Titans defence. Such a big man. There's the try coming up. Since he's come off the interchange bench or been on the field, he has been so destructive with his carries.
Neil, did they build players that big when you were playing in lime green at Canberra?
Yeah, no, not that big. But yeah, you're right. The Titans are struggling to get numbers to the tackle, to the contact there. 2 on the tackle a couple of times, and they're rolling through the middle a bit. And the Titans look promising down this end of the field. They really stretched them a couple of times. They're looking good if they control their possession. So the game's still there, but they certainly need to tighten up around the ruck, and that first contact needs to be a bit better.
With Croker off, Aidan Caesar comes on just in time to steer that one through. Justin, what do we know about that man, Jared Croker?
Well, guys, he's got the all clear, so we should see the captain back on the field very shortly.
Good news. He's rugged, he's durable, he's played 20-plus games in every season so far. And as I mentioned, starting season 10 at the Canberra Raiders. The man from Goulburn, Jared Croker, doing a bit of work with Mal Meninga in terms of the captaincy and team leadership. What a great mentor to have, Jared Croker. This is Bateman. Onto the field for Canberra. And Sia Soliola. The Titans had an encouraging period before that 4th Canberra try, and they stay in the contest until the break. Down by 18, Paulo playing it, and it's Caesar going it alone. Of course, he spent time as a Titan, Aidan Caesar. Here's the kick from Williams along the ground. Kind bounce for Gordon, and Williams leads the chase. Now Philip Sammy, a rare touch for him in this game. Speaking of young wingers, talked about Kotrick. Sammy just 20. Played 4 games last season at NRL level, lost them all. Now Boyle. And he loses it. Fighting to get back to his feet with a quick play of the ball. It's a fine line. And Morgan's fallen over the wrong side of it there.
Yeah, just trying to get up as quick as he can to play the ball. And unfortunately, he's come up with the error. But we brought him in last year, Neil, into the side. Very promising young player, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Hales from the south coast there. His father played with the Raiders. good, strong centre, and he's certainly got potential, Morgan.
Yeah, Dad David, his uncle's Jason Croker. He played with the Canberra under-20s, Morgan, so there's a real link to the team he's playing against today. But unfortunately for his current side, the Gold Coast Titans, 6 of 11, their completion rate. The Raiders 11 of 14 so far. So 5 extra sets completed by Canberra. Hits the scoreline. They want more before half-time. Big winners last time they visited here, posting 42 points. 24 and counting so far in this one. Paulo to play it just inside the 30. Blake Austin goes on to Bateman. Now Williams. Paulo. That's the 10-metre line right under his face. Sees it, sends it for Williams. His kick straight into the breadbasket of Kane Elgey, who must have done well to get his hands out of the way. It appeared it could have been a knock-on originally. The referee's right there and happy to allow play to continue.
And the looker in the replay box. He's just let it in off his chest. Smart play from Elgey there.
He had his defensive battles last year, Kane, but he's bulked up in a bid to help that as rain comes down over Seabus Super Stadium. As ordered by Kevin Walters for Justin Hodges' sideline. The kick goes near the sideline, pushed backwards by Whiten.
40-20, is it?
Yep. 40-20 from Ash Taylor. He led the league in try assists last season.
Yeah, so that ball was touched, so it won't be a 40-20, it'll be a scrum restart.
So he didn't keep it in, but he did enough, Jack Whiten, to avoid the 40-20. Well inside the 40.
Yeah, it was a reverse banana type of kick. As we see the Brollies are going up on the sideline.
Very wet down here, Kev.
So from close range, here's Conrad Hurrell. Now Elgey at the 10-metre line passing. It was flat. And on the move here, Will Matthews back at the Gold Coast Titans. Taylor, a dummy. Now the offload. Here's Mitch Rain. Gordon had to hurry into dummy half. Only just got the ball away. It goes through Elgey, Cartwright. And he's put on his back. Stopped by Tarpany and Williams. 2 plays left. Elgey, a long ball, finds Taylor. Out the back, Gordon chimes in. Hurrell back onto the field. It's Jared Croker. He stopped Hurrell and he came again to make another tackle.
They just can't get through their sets, the Titans. Another error here. Hurrell looking dangerous again on the right side. Croker back on the field. Gets in low under the ball. And there's the error there from the Don. Not so good that time. He's under a fair bit of pressure there. Tough one to take in these conditions.
Straight after this game, Sunday night with Matty Johns. That's right, Sunday night with Matty. Fletch is back from Thailand. He's brought Emma Friedman with him. The professor, James Rochford, is there. Special guest, Mitchell Pearce, a star on Friday night for the Knights. And also, Matty sits down with Molly Meldrum, a great fan of the Melbourne Storm. And Molly will have some stories to tell as well. Sunday night with Matty, straight after this one. Leilua plays it after a strong tackle. Kotrick comes forward, just under a shot that threatened to get a little high. Now White loses the ball. Rapana pulls it down, but it's a knock-on. It went forward to make contact with the Titans before Canberra got it back. Bit of defensive pressure there from the home team.
Yeah, certainly was. They always have always shown fighting spirit, the Titans, and things not going quite their way today, but still coming up with some plays like that, an aggressive tackle, forcing the ball out, give themselves a chance here just before half-time.
What a try it would be if they can get over before the half to cut it back to 12 points.
Well, that'd be a big bonus for the Titans if that can happen. Let's see how they go here.
Taylor. This is Dale Copley. Copley shrugs clear of Austin momentarily. Tackled by Papali, minus a boot. Gordon onto Taylor. And now Morgan Boyle, forced sideways by Caesar, and now backwards. Look at this, Tarpany taking Morgan Boyle for a ride. Mitch Rain from St George Illawarra to Penrith, now to the Gold Coast. Cartwright for Taylor. Look at Michael Gordon, very close, held up right on top of the line. The travelling Raiders fans applaud their team. Here's Taylor along the ground for Elgee. Kane Elgee on the end of a kick from Ash Taylor. The halves combine with profit for the Titans.
Yeah, but I'm happy with the grounding.
Okay, no. I just want to make sure that Sam Williams is not pushed out of the
Okay.
way.
Yep.
Hang on a minute.
Chids, tackle 5. We're going to start with a try. Just confirm the push back there is not against the attacker.
Well, Henry Perinara was about to blow the try. Dave Munro said no, check it. Definitely onside, no numbers.
Well, I can't see anything wrong with that.
Eyes only.
Playing on
for
now,
the-
looking for grounding. And grounding's good. Got a decision.
It was incidental contact from Kane Elgee. Only eyes for the ball. He did run into a Canberra defender, but that defender was more responsible for making contact.
Yeah, you're right there. A couple of good back-to-back plays by the Titans. Michael Gordon was up to Jack Whiten to really show strength on the try line to deny him a try the play before. And they shorten their line up. Beautiful kick by Ash Taylor. As you said, that's part of his game. And great work by Kane to see that ball and get on it.
Well, he wanted it, didn't he?
He did.
All the way from the boot of Taylor, as we'll see the green try come up here. We'll get another one right in the box. Been a good year so far in the box with getting the tries right.
Ash Taylor, 29 try assists last season to lead the league, 21 of them by the boot. And Kane Elgee, confidence boost for Kane to get over in game 1. But it was laid on by his number 7. In fact, the Titans did very well scoring tries from kicks last year. 28, top of the league.
It's a big stat in the modern game to be able to score tries from kicks. And Ash Taylor as good as anyone in the competition in that area. You'll see there why. It was a beautiful little kick. Weight was perfect for Elgee to come through and fly through the air and grab the ball. It's got him back into the game.
Simple for Michael Gordon, adjacent to the uprights. It might sound strange, but I reckon Garth Brennan will settle for a 12-point deficit at half-time, given the way this first 40 has unfolded. But Justin Hodges, Ash Taylor, I know you're a fan.
Yeah, look, a massive fan of Ash Taylor, especially when he's at the Broncos. You see here tonight, he's got 2 tries assists already. Come up with that massive play with that 40-20, and he's getting a little bit of tennis done to his hamstring there, but you know, just at the moment, he's been wonderful for the Titans. He's actually kept him in the game. Kev, you had a little bit to do with him at this year's Emerging Origin camp. How was he?
Yeah, he's a good young player, obviously a lot of talent, and Neil knows more about that talent than anyone. It's about him nurturing that talent and getting it moving in the right direction for him to be the player that the Titans will need him to be if they want to be a successful side this year.
So kick off to Don, and Morgan Boyle comes back. I was just speaking about the Matty John show that's coming up next this week. Matty said he believed Ash Taylor can become the greatest player in the league. It's a fair burden to carry. But, Neil, how do you feel about the Titans' number 7?
Oh, look, he's developing. There's no doubt he's got a great kicking game. He's when he's at his best, when he's playing nice and direct and running the ball. He's a strong carrier of the ball as well. So they've looked good at that right edge. I mean, they've caused him a few problems going to Connie and going out to KP on that side of the field. So they need to continue to do that. But Bryce Cartwright played a role there too when they shifted to that side. Nice hands to pass out the back.
Mid-train takes the line on. Conrad Harold, Kevin Proctor. Here's Proctor passing for Taylor. This time he takes the line on and takes the tackle from Austin and Papali. This is the last. Down the short side, LG feigned to go back infield. The kick into the Raiders and over the sideline. It wasn't played at, was it?
I didn't think so, but looks like it's going to be a Raiders feed in this scrum.
The Titans were screaming played at, and had it been played at, it would have been Gold Coast ball, but you make up your minds at home. Definitely not played at.
Well, with just over 2 minutes on the clock till the break. Just need to hold on here now, the Titans. Given their ball control, 8 from 14 in the first half. That's a pretty good result, only being 12 down, I would have thought. You'd agree, Neil?
Kotrick off his wing and doing some work early in the set. Mitch Rain gets hold of a leg and along with Will Matthews drives him backwards. Matthews, just the one game last year for St George Illawarra after that terrible hip dislocation in the Charity Shield. He got back for one game but returns home to the Gold Coast.
Well, he went overseas as well, didn't he? In the Super League. Didn't manage to play a game there. Ends up back at the Titans. Great pickup for them.
Great story of persistence as Caesar kicks out of dummy half down to Anthony Don. There's a bit of room. Wisely angles away from Papali, who eventually gets him after contact originally made by Aidan Caesar. Now Sammy is in looking for some work. Just over a minute to play in the first half. 36 points scored. At times the Raiders have looked like racing away, but the Titans have hung in, scored 2 tries of their own as Cartwright puts it through their hands. Taylor onto Proctor, and it's been ruled knock on. I don't know whether the ball went forward there, but as we are seeing more and more, if it goes to ground and it's a 50-50 call, they'll go with knock on.
Yeah, you're right. That was could have been a tough one, but it could have come forward out of the hands. Tried that play a couple of times with a bit of a face ball and it's come unstuck.
They are persisting with that. Maybe they feel they can catch someone on an inside pass there.
So 16 seconds to play. Is there a trick play for Ricky and the Raiders? The scrum sets 15 metres into their own territory. Austin feeds the scrum and Caesar goes to Kotrick, who coughs it up. Great contact made. That's a shot. The shot from Will Matthews. What a tackle right on half-time to shut Canberra down straight away. The half expires on a high note. Some defensive clout from the Titans that was sadly lacking early on. And we will head to the break. 4 tries to 2, 12 points the difference. And Garth Brennan hailing from Newcastle. He took the Knights to the under-20s finals for the first time. He took Penrith to an under-20s championship. A couple of intra-super premierships as well at the Panthers. He's been an NRL assistant coach, coached the New South Wales under-18s, the New South Wales residents. An impressive lower grade resume, and he has the NRL coaching job he's so long desired now at the Gold Coast. 46-year-old, father of 3, enjoying life at a place where he used to holiday, but he now calls home. His team down by 12. Changing the angle, it's Dale Copley. They were really slow to start the first half, Gold Coast. What will their intensity and energy be like in the second half as Boyle gets the leg drive going to cross halfway. Now Rain. He goes for Taylor, who kicks, trying to split the men at the back. He finds the grass, but it sits up for Jack Whiten, one of the first half try scorers for Canberra. 4 converted tries on 2. Here's Kotrick down on one knee to make sure of the catch. Rapana gets that big fend going. Can't get clear of Rain or Hurrell. Now Paulo. Took him until round 25 to score his only try last season, Paulo, and he gets one in round 1 in the first half here. So the Titans completed their first set in the second half without drama. Likewise, Canberra. The kick down to Sammy, who backpedals into his own 20. Now returns his 20-year-old winger. Safe and steady she goes to start the second half so far, Neil.
Yeah, it was a lovely kick by Ash Taylor, and more importantly, followed his kick and got involved in that first tackle. It's a good defensive set, so they started in good field position.
This man, Mitch Rain, goes through LG onto the sole captain, Ryan James. He shared it with Kevin Proctor previously, but has it outright. And now LG back in field for Morgan Boyle. Final play. Here's Taylor running to the line. Proctor throws it out the back. Back for LG. LG gets clear of one tackle. Keeps it alive for Taylor to go to the line again. Now Hurrell, his kick off Kotrick and offside Canberra. It was Kotrick's kick taken in front by Blake Austin.
Yeah, using the ball well there, weren't they, the Titans? They're trying to keep it alive on last play. They've come up with a result here. Offside there, Austin. Obviously, the ball has ricocheted off another Raiders player, so they'll get another set of 6 here, the Titans.
And here's their chance to get the opening try of the second half. In great position. Hurrell, tap and go. Ball security was a problem in the first half. Safe hands required as it goes through Proctor. Now Taylor and Boyle. Centre field, 10 outs. Rain looking left and going that way through LG. Here's Michael Gordon, a long ball to Sammy. Covered comfortably by Rapana. But tackled by Williams and the winger eventually. Gordon. This is Matthews passing out the back. LG on for Taylor. 4-on-3 momentarily. Changing the angle, it's Hurrell. Still Canberra's defence holds. This is tackle 4. Rain flats, and Ryan James stopped 4 metres out. And a penalty. Back-to-back penalties now in favour of the Titans. And the heat goes up on Canberra. A fresh set. And here's Morgan Boyle.
Okay, thanks, Luke. Get off the ball. Get on the line, Junior.
A real test for the Raiders' defence early in this second half. A big head fake pass from LG. Finds a teammate tackled 2 or 3 metres out.
Sam, you're not square.
LG again. Dancing feet, unable to beat Paulo. Here's another penalty.
Sam, you're standing here.
Well, the Raiders must be treading a very fine line.
Junior, let go of the ball.
Conceding penalties, consecutive penalties now on their goal line. The first one came for an offside, accidental.
Thanks, Elliot.
Max King has it, playing it 4 out. Taylor passing flat, the defence read it beautifully.
Let's go. Go to Jack.
Properly it was stopped. Now a catch and pass to Philip Semi, who dives over in the corner. All that pressure. It built, and then the Raiders broke.
Yeah, they did break, didn't they? It was an excellent pass from Ash Taylor. He scooped it up off his ankles and somehow managed to get it across the face of LG. Look at that pass there. That's magnificent. And Sammy, with the dive on the finish, just weighted possession, wasn't it? More than anything. Caught them short. Ash Taylor probing. Just going a little bit sideways there for a bit, the Titans. They straighten their attack up, and there's the result.
So 3 tries to the Titans, all 3 assisted by Ash Taylor. And Philip Sami gets the second try of his very short NRL career. Just 5 games old now, young Philip. But he looked every inch a winger, diving over to score there.
Well, I read in this morning's paper, Courier Mail, about Ash Taylor and how what his expectations are this year of the Titans. Trying to get them up into the 8.
I think he said his aim was to win the premiership, Kev. Might as well aim high eventually. He wasn't saying anything outlandish about...
Well, I think that's everyone's aim at the start of the year, to win a premiership, so...
The kickers haven't missed tonight. Michael Gordon, 2 from 2. Canberra knocking over all 4. This is a tough one. To get it back within a converted try. Gordon brings it around. He strikes it beautifully. 6 the difference, Hodjo.
Yeah, well, what more can you say about Ash Taylor? Kevin knocked it on the head there. It's not easy to do that pass, right down at his shoelaces, scoops it up, and this man, Philip Semi, he played for my Queensland 20s last year, and he's one of our best players, and he knows how to finish a try. I'd like to see him get more involved because he's very good with the ball, but Ash Taylor, wow.
Yep. A great word to sum up the potential of this young man. Look at the second half possession. It was all in favour of the Titans to start this second half. It was Canberra dominating the first half. So very much game on again after the Raiders raced clear in the first half. Neil Henry, mixed emotions watching this. You've got a club that you've had a lot to do with in recent years, Gold Coast, but of course you played and also coached Canberra. You don't forget the club at which you ply your trade as a player. You sort of can't lose tonight, right?
No, I'm enjoying the contest, really, and the more that Ash Taylor and Kane Elgar get together on the short side of the field, they've looked dangerous. So look, they're back in this game.
Here are the Titans back to halfway. Boyle thought about the pass instead. He straightens into Paulo. Now it's Taylor. A torpedo bomb, really high above Seabus Super Stadium. It will take some catching, no one can. The bounce instead heads towards Leilua. He passes to Whiten, and scramble from Michael Gordon to stop them. What a kick. Almost uncatchable.
Well,
Beyond almost.
It was uncatchable. Fortunate there with the bounce were the Raiders. No doubt Ash has got a great kicking game. Taylor, another one of his artillery there. The spiral bomb, always difficult to get underneath.
Austin finds a change of angle. Provided by Josh Papali. 25 out Canberra. Now Williams. His first game back at Canberra, as mentioned, his third stint as a Raider. Final play, and it starts 15 out. Here's Williams measuring his kick across field, looking for Kotrick, who flies high. It's brought down instead by the Titans, and Howell comes back at them. Rounded up momentarily by Soliola. Eventually, it's Aiden Caesar doing the defensive job. Now Rain.
Raiders player down. Look, it's Kotrick in the background, just slowly getting to his feet. There's the replay box.
What a jump, Anthony Don.
Great take.
This game going up a notch as Jai Arrow plays the ball. Now Rain. Hit and spin with an offload for his captain to go on to Taylor. Now Proctor. He gets the ball away. Taylor, the two-handed carry, looking for support in field. He throws it on the ground safely, as it turns out. Still they keep it alive. The Titans really entertaining here. Chancing their hand. And James will play it. LG running towards the line, then stabbing a kick over the top of the defence, down for Rapana. And he stopped 30 outs.
It's starting to open up a little bit now, the game, isn't it? We'll see another penalty going the Raiders' way. Both teams starting to use the ball a bit more freely.
Aiden.
Back on the line.
Both teams making plenty of metres with possession, so it's going to be a big set here for the Titans.
There's the captain, Ryan James. He spoke about the many great leaders he's played with and under here on the Gold Coast, with particular mention for Luke Bailey. And his original roommate, who we'll come back to in a moment as Papali comes forward. Here's Williams, support inside and out. He picks Paulo. And that will be knock on against Canberra. That will impress Ryan James. His team really going up in the fight, but yeah, back to Ryan. Preston Campbell, his original roommate. He says he's still inspired by Preston Neal and still calls on some lessons that Preston handed down in his role as current leader.
Yeah, Presto, great role model and great for the club here. Inaugural player and certainly held in high esteem. And he's still around the boys' season occasionally, but I know that Ryan really sought him out and spoke to him a lot about the captaincy.
Ryan, a local product, the Balambal Jets. As we touched on in the first half, he's wearing the socks of the Balambal Jets. All the Titans in their junior club socks. This is Anthony Don from the Grafton Ghosts. A late starter to the NRL, but certainly enjoying his time now. Arrow. Looking for the play the ball and getting it. And on the front foot, Proctor down that right edge. Wrapped up by Croker. This is King.
Good run.
Fourth generation of first grade rugby league player. Taylor. Now LG. This is Will Matthews with the offload. Back to Rain. And King again. They're 10 metres out. It goes through Taylor. LG sitting it up 2-on-1. Copley catch and pass. No! Copley crashes in. They'll kick to level it up. Dale Copley for the Gold Coast Titans. No need to check it. Dale Copley did it by himself despite an unmarked Philip Sammy.
Yeah, he chanced his umbrella. There was Ash Taylor playing nice and straight, and LG again out the back. Lovely floating pass. There was space there. They just had to get the ball there. And Copley did well in the end to get it down under a lot of pressure there from the Raiders defence. This is the ball here that creates the try. And there it is, over the line. Nice work from the Titans. They've got an even flow of possession. And more importantly, they're getting the points when they need them.
Neil Henry, all's well that ends well, but Dale Copley, surely a relieved man. Had he not got to ground, he would have butchered one.
Yeah, so he could have just tipped it onto the outside. But look, he backed himself. He turned inside, turned Rapana out and got the ball down. And a great try. Look, running it on the last play. They've done it a couple of times now, and it's really going to keep the Raiders' defensive line guessing, but they've got a couple of results out of it.
He had his standout season at the Broncos in 2014. 16 tries in 25 games that season. 16 tries for Dale Copley. Just the 5 last year here. But here's Michael Gordon in his 13th season. He'll remember 2010. And he scored 30 points in a game for the Panthers. Finished the season with the Panthers' record 270 points. There are 2 crucial points on offer right here. His last attempt was from very similar position, and he brought it back beautifully. Taking his time. 22 out, only just in from the western sideline. Michael Gordon, over to you. To lock us up, and he pulls this one to the left. The first miss of the game by any kicker. And a disappointed look on that Titans fan. But there's plenty of time. And Justin Hodges, they're down by only 2.
Yeah, boys, look, they've done a great job to get back. And I want to talk about Conrad Harrell. You know, we gave a lot of praise to the Canberra Raiders, how their outside backs look so fit, but this is probably the fittest I've actually seen Connie look, and he's actually brought him back into the game. That first half he was exceptional. In the second half he's these strong runs from dummy half, and he's really pushed up on the football. So there's about 10,500 people here, boys, and I'm on the Titans bandwagon. Here we go.
Righto. Spoken like a proud Queenslander, Justin Hodges. Here come the Titans. They trailed 18-0 after 12 minutes. And they're back to 22-24.
Certainly turned around. They've been fantastic in the second half.
Well, possession's been the big one to swing. The Raiders now have only had 42% of the ball. At one stage, they had about 65%. So
They muck it up there, but actually they get a fresh set.
another set of 6.
They went very close to a knock-on, pushing at the ball on the ground. They pushed it backwards. It was touched by Canberra. And Gold Coast enter the Raiders' half again. Conrad Harrell accelerating into Croker. Jared will have nightmares about Connie, who had forced him off for an HIA in the first half. LG goes back in field. This is Ryan James. Bustling his way. 25 out. LG. A change of direction again. Will Matthews. With another offload. Back for Rain. Rain takes a few more metres and walks his way inside the 10. They're on the ropes, the Raiders. As James goes to Taylor, his kick into the in-goal again, and he forces a goal line dropout. A problem for Conrad Harrell in the chase. It was Nick Kotrick saving Canberra, but what happened to Connie here?
He just clipped the leg there of Kotrick, did he? Taking time out to have a look at it.
Trouble for the Titans, they scored the fewest tries from dropouts last season, just the 4. But it's a new year, it's a new era. And the thumbs up for the Hurricane. Blake Austin sends it 45 metres, taken by Taylor. And Max King back at speed. Still to score his first NRL try, Max. This is Arrow. A really good game from Jai Arrow. Strong in the first half and loving it in the second. Taylor flat with a head fake for James. Held up by Caesar and Paulo. It took Sia Soliola to force him to ground. Here's Proctor. Blake Austin makes the tackle. 2 plays left. Arrow couldn't get away from the defence. Rain goes for depth through Taylor onto LG. The kick is a good one into the in goal again. Not played at by Rapana, but will come under the crossbar anyway. It's come off the Raiders. This replay will show it.
The off his knee there of Rapana. Thought he did enough to get out of the way of the ball there, but bounced off his knee. So they'll get another set here, the Titans.
Garth Brennan, welcome to the NRL. Down by 2. Just over 21 to play. That's a kick that goes 60. Taken by Max King.
Good run again from King. A couple of good carries in the last 3 or 4 minutes from him to get his team on the front foot.
He's approaching 100 running metres for the game off the bench, Kevy. LG, flat again. This is Arrow. Pulled down by Soliola and Papali. Now a penalty. 10 out, almost in front. Michael Gordon, come on down.
Well, you've got to take the 2 here, yes. Or do you, Neil?
I don't know.
A lot of momentum there with the Titans, isn't there?
I'm putting you back in the coach's box. What would you want them to do?
Take the 2. It's 2 in possession. They're on top at the moment anyway. So
Yeah, you've got to level up the game if you can. But this could be a turning point for the Raiders as well. Gives them a little bit of rest. Get themselves back to... They just haven't seen the ball. It's been all the Titans. And they've controlled the ball well in the second half with their catching and passing and kicking from Taylor. And a couple of repeat sets. A couple of penalties gone their way. But I can't remember the last time the Raiders had the ball, to be honest.
All the possession with Gold Coast.
yeah, the Gold Coast have been good. They're getting some metres through the middle, and they really stretched them on the Raiders' left edge there when Papali was caught tight. So both halves are linking. They're going to the short side of the field and getting some good results.
The voice of a man who's coached Canberra, North Queensland and Gold Coast. It's great to have Neil Henry in the commentary box with us on Fox League. The footy's back, round 1. So many talking points, so many highlights. And from 18-0 down, after 12 minutes, the Gold Coast Titans are back on level terms. Well, Justin Hodges, sideline, tell us about the talk and energy of the Titans from your perspective.
Yeah, look, the Titans, whatever Garth Brennan said at half-time's actually worked. You know, the Canberra Raiders in the second half is very flat. Just looking at them now, all their heads are down, and the Titans, for me, are just running on speed and adrenaline at the moment. You know, the crowd's really getting them home.
Come back to that drop ball between Papali and Croker. They could have been 24-0 clear. Instead it was 18-0, and then the Titans scored to stop the momentum. And now you can't split them. Inside the final 20 of the final game in round 1. Ryan James. Strong again from the Titans. Now James, his second carry early in this set. As I touched on earlier, he's going to spend more life on the left edge this season than the middle, as in previous years. Jai Arrow, Max King, really big in the second half. Now LG enjoying being put on the front foot. Ships a kick down for Jack Whiten. Whiten gets past the first chaser, not the next few. So a huge set here for the Raiders, helped by that whistle. A penalty to Canberra.
Well, that was excellent work from Whiten. He earned that penalty, brought the ball back strongly. There wasn't much space in the Titans' defence, but he managed to find it. Just here, a little bit of space for him to poke his head through. And look at that fight on the ground, earned his side a penalty. A much-earned penalty. Let's see what the Raiders have got.
Justin sideline, you got some news on Joe Tarpany.
Yeah, guys, not very good news. I think at the moment he might have a broken finger, so obviously he won't be back for the rest of the night, which is a massive loss for Canberra. He's such a dominant player out there.
Indeed it is. Memorable moments for him in the first half particularly. Here he is, taking that suspected broken finger to the change room. The starting role tonight on an edge. Caesar. This is Shannon Boyd carrying Canberra into good position again. Finally, eventually in the second half, they find the right end of the field for their liking. Caesar goes alone and chopped down magnificently by Ryan James.
He was short.
He saved a try.
Short right here.
Caesar just short. What about the contact from Ryan James?
No, go to the centre.
Well, they didn't have a marker, did they, the Titans? James in around the hips. Wow.
Henry Perinara rules that reach just short. If it wasn't for the shoulder of that man, he would have finished on the chalk or in the in-goal, Neil.
It was great reaction by Ryan James then to get off the line and chop him down. As Kevin said, no markers. Would have been a certain try.
Captain's not right there. Copley. It's been comeback Sunday after Penrith's effort at the foot of the mountains against Para. Now the Titans against Canberra, but still work to do if they want to pocket the premiership points. Luckily for them, that loose ball cleaned up without any ill effects. Garth Brennan's pre-season star, Jai Arrow, has been exactly that in round one. And there's an offload from Ryan James. Leilani Latu runs into his opposite 10, along with Papali. Now Taylor with the kick. Sends it bouncing down to White, who's supported by Kotrick. White goes it alone. Kotrick. Chopped down by Rain and James. Arrow's tackle count climbing as well. Shannon Boyd sets his sights on James. Stopped by Arrow around the legs. And now Caesar on the move. It's Austin. Quick hands, Papali. Out to Kotrick. Kotrick one to beat, still going. Making the tackle, Kevin Proctor. Austin will kick across field. Plenty of green jumpers there for the Raiders. Backwards off the fingers, looping around Joey Leilua. He picked up the scraps and dined out on them. Leilua puts the Raiders back in front.
Well, has he? We're just waiting
Right,
here.
Chids. Tackle 6. Try, mate. Just confirm onside, please.
It was a crossfield kick, wasn't it, from Austin? Kicking to the right side of the field. Rapana, just look at this touch here.
Raiders onside kick chase.
Taps it back to Leilua. That's a
Just
try.
go back to contest there for me. Nice and slow.
Good pick up
Knocked
off the
back.
left knee.
By Jordan Rapana. Ball's regathered cleanly, going through to grounding. We have a grounding, got a decision.
Joey loves it. The video referees, Steve Chitty and Brian Norrie, will like it. They'll go for the green light. And the green machine will be back in the lead.
It certainly will be, but the work there of Rapana was absolutely outstanding with his tap back
Time on.
to get the ball to Leilua. They've been a go-to position for the Raiders for a few years now, these two. And again, this afternoon, came up with the goods. Leilua's first for the season. 72 for the career of Joey Leilua. That's an important one for the Raiders tonight.
He's had 8 seasons and scored double-figure tries in 5 of them, Joey Leilua. He likes round 1. He scored a double round 1 last season. And this man, Jared Croker, he likes playing the Gold Coast. 13 tries in 16 games against them. He's got the most points against the Titans of anyone. Just clear of a few familiar names there. Jonathan Thurston, Cam Smith, Corey Parker, and a man in action for the other team, Michael Gordon. Trying to go to 140 points against the Titans to make it a converted try the difference. Croker from the sideline hooks it to the right. So 28-24, Canberra back in front.
Well, the door's still open though, isn't it? For the Titans, of course.
Well, it is. It was a great scramble by Kevin Proctor to stop Kotrick on that far side, but they came up with the result on the other side of the field, but they're still in this game.
Golden Point finishes, 300-game milestones, comeback victories. How good has round 1 be? There's a whole season ahead. Boyd. Straight into Arrow. The front rowers going at it. Dynamis Louis. Some fresh legs out there, and they have been for a few minutes now for Ricky Stewart. This is Elliot Whitehead. Good contact. Copley bending Whitehead back over Ryan James.
What's up?
Look at it in the replay box. From going forward to suddenly going backwards. Caesar finds Austin. It was contact. It's gone high down to Gordon, who collects safely right on his own goal line. Play continues. Danger here. A hand from Kotrick did enough. Otherwise, Anthony Don was away.
Well, he was away. It was a great kick. And Gordon bringing the ball back. Just gets a hand on it there, Kotrick. And the Don happy to kick it over the sideline. They'll get the scrum here and feed, of course, the Titans. But exciting 10 minutes coming up here. Like you say, Matty, what an opening round of football we've seen. This game will go down to the wire.
Hodjo sideline, have you got a round 1 highlight? Haven't we had plenty?
Yeah, look, we had plenty. I think tonight's been very good. We saw the Raiders jump out to an early lead, and the Titans have really fought hard to come back in this game, and obviously the Raiders are back in front now, but like Kevy said, they're not out of it, are they, Kev?
They certainly aren't.
Anthony Don. Fought back from pancreatitis, a shoulder reconstruction, a shoulder infection to make round 1. They earn every cent. This is James. Beats. They're playing their 4th consecutive round 1 home opener, Gold Coast. A lot of success in that run, so they will cherish victory here. Now LG, too big off the boot, out on the full. And they hand possession to Canberra, only just into Raiders territory.
He just seemed to rush that a bit, didn't he, Neil? Just couldn't quite get it off the boot correctly. He knew as soon as he kicked it, it wasn't the right option.
Let's go, Jack.
So Boyd for the Raiders, who should be used to close games, remembering they lost 8 games last season by 6 or less. I'd love to finish with a win. I don't care whether it's narrow or not. They've been burnt in close games recently. Caesar on for Blake Austin. He was named him to come off the bench, but he started in this one. Gets the pass away from Croker. And Croker's pulled the grounds by Bryce Cartwright. Now Caesar. Williams on for Whiten. Whiten finds Leilua stepping back at an angle. His pass to Caesar again. The Raiders going backwards. Stop-start. Where's an option? And Matthews makes the tackle. This is the last now. Shannon Boyd for Austin, who goes along the ground into the shins of the Titans. The Raiders say he's offside. The referees don't agree. Will Matthews picked it up. Canberra was screaming at the referees he's offside, but Perinara was in great position. Watch it in the replay box as Sammy comes forward.
A little bit of luck there going the Titans' way.
How's your set square? James playing it, and Peets goes across the field. To Cartwright now, Latu bouncing away a long ball for Hurrell as Croker comes across. Croker goes down around the legs, plenty of support for the Canberra captain eventually. This is Taylor, another torpedo. It goes above the head of White, and he dives to make sure of the catch. The kicking from Ash Taylor, supreme at times.
Yeah, but just didn't quite nail that one as sweetly as he would have liked. It's still a difficult one for Whiten to get underneath. He managed to catch it and bring it back with a bit of venom as well.
Whitehead to play it.
Still think the Raiders need to score again. If they want to win this game, I think there's another try in the Titans.
And here they are trying to do exactly that. Dynamis Louis with 6.5 left. Saliba Harvili, he scored the first try for Canberra this afternoon. And the kick from Austin allowed to go over the sideline by Anthony Don. Unwilling to take any sort of risk.
Yeah, not a bad result there for both teams, really. The Raiders looking to get a bit of a rest for this scrum, and the Titans can now mount their attack. They've got to go 90 metres, though, the Titans. But they have got some speedsters. There's one of them. Conrad Hurrell's been obviously a go-to man for them, and Don as well has scored length of the field tries. So look to those two.
Don't forget, straight after full time, Sunday night with Matty Johns, Fletch, Emma Freedman, the Professor, Mitchell Pearce, and the one and only Molly Meldrum to come up after full time on the Gold Coast. I reckon Molly spent some time in the Gold Coast over the years. As Sammy goes forward. The converted try will put Gold Coast in front from 18-0 down. Kevin Proctor about to re-enter as well. Cartwright through the hands. Taylor onto LG. Hurrell kicks and chases hard. It's down for Whiten, who had the ball sit up favourably right around his shoulder, and now he returns. Gordon only just grabbed him, but that was enough.
He's been strong for the Raiders today, hasn't he? Whiten with his carries. Over the 100-metre mark of his meterage.
Rapana just pushes Peets out of the way before the Gold Coast hooker comes again. Boyd.
Pretty compressed, the Raiders team. Looking a bit tired. They need to finish this set well.
It's Louis.
Good run.
Straight and hard. Havili finds Williams. He puts it in the air, end over end. Down for Michael Gordon, who measures it beautifully. He was never going to let that one go. And then Sammy. So just over 20 out from their own line. Copley. Just over 3.5 left. Peets puts it through the hands. Taylor onto Proctor. They'll go back the other way now. It's Cartwright showing it. Passing now for his former Penrith teammate, current Titans teammate, Latu. The ball on the ground, picked up by Sammy. Philip Sammy, a couple of right foot steps, but he can't get away from Williams. Rapana comes in, unrequired. And the tackle count has reset. The touch from the Raiders in all of that.
There's a hand from BJ Leilua.
This is Taylor, very flat for Kevin Proctor. Titans fans willing their team home as Will Matthews gets another offload away. A long ball back for Cartwright, who just flicks it nonchalantly out the back onto the ground, picked up by LG. Heart palpitations for Garth Brennan as Proctor stands 10 metres out.
Release now, Luke and Josh. Let's go. Oh, Melkin, you're holding him.
And slow play the ball. Peets, long, through Taylor, Latu. Demaris Louis in around the legs to force him to ground underneath Whitehead and Boyd. Peets down the short side. Taylor for James. The defence holding. It was Williams around the legs. Now Taylor, the grubber towards the posts. Bouncing there for the Titans. Picked up by Conrad Hurrell. The Hurricane blows over for the Titans. They'll kick from in front to go to the lead. What fight, what determination, what persistence from the Gold Coast Titans.
All right, Cheds. Tackle 6, mate. We'll start with a try. Well, you got onside and grounding, but I want you to confirm that Blake Austin isn't taken out.
So the bunker, it's over to you.
So, outside Titans kick chasers on side.
I'm telling you now.
Leilani Latu, 10 play.
He's not taken out there, he's just missed the ball.
No obstruction on Blake Austin. We've got a grounding in goal. Good decision.
There's your kiss, Kev. Go the Titans.
The Titans chipped by Justin Hodges when they had a lot of work to do. The kisses for Mum and Dad back in Tonga. He went to visit them recently as they recovered from a cyclone. Well, Conrad's blown past the Raiders, and if the bunker signs off on this, they'll be in pole position with 90 seconds to play.
Put a grounding in goal. We have a decision
to finish the round with premiership points. There it is. We've already seen a former Rooster at a new club win the game via the boot. Mitchell Pearce, who's coming up on Sunday night with Matty. Now another former Rooster steps up from right in front to win the game for his new club.
Well, Matty, he's going to put his team in front, but there's still a minute or so left on the clock. The Raiders will obviously kick short, but it's theirs to lose now.
Well, the Titans came from 18 down to beat the Dogs previously. That's their record comeback for victory, and they will equal that from 18 down against Canberra tonight to win if Michael Gordon steers this one through. Afterwards, the clock will stop. The Raiders will have a short kickoff and a Hail Mary play perhaps. For the first time in this game, inside the final minute, Gold Coast are in front. The bench on its feet, the fans making noise in the stands. It's been a long, tough road for Rugby League on the glitter strip, but there's a highlight coming here. So 10 seconds to play. Blake Austin will go short. They'll look to get it back and throw it around. Ryan James can't get the ball. It's on the ground, picked up by Bateman, who's fighting now to free himself in the tackle, but can't. Play continues. Harvili, his ball to ground and over the sideline. They're home now, the Gold Coast, and remarkably so. Ryan James, a delighted captain. His teammates ecstatic. The fireworks are going off because they've equalled their biggest ever comeback. From 18 down, they snatch it inside the final minutes. And there's nothing but frustration for Jared Croker and the Raiders. They were doing it easily. They were coasting in the first 15. But after 80 thrilling minutes here, it is 5 tries each. Gold Coast home, 30-28.